Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is a very helpful tool when you are creating videos that you want to share with your class. If you want to insert questions into it, if you want to insert your voice into it, take it as a grade, it's very helpful. I use it with my Spanish classes, and it has been a great tool for the kids. Not only is it a great tool, but it also links up with your Google Classroom. Okay, you can upload all of your students from each of your classes once you've set up your classes in Google Classroom. And it's really neat. The only thing to remember is every time you get a new student, you always have to come over here to push the import new students button. So those kids that come in the middle of the year, that's just something to remember if they haven't already been added to it. So what we're going to start off doing is I'm going to show you how I put one of my videos that I've made from using screencasting through YouTube and upload it into here and add questions to it. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you in YouTube on my channel where I find my videos. So I go to my icon, I go to Creator Studio, and then in Creator Studio, I already have a list of my videos right here, things I've made. In my class, we go through a comic book series in Spanish, and so I present it to them as a presentation so that I am narrating it for them, and they can listen to it, and it's going to pop up and answer questions for them. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to my video because I want to be able to have the code to share it. Okay. What we are going to do is, so obviously you can tell I'm already starting to explain the instructions to the students, but what I want to go ahead and do is I would like to share this video. So I'm going to come over here to share. I'm going to copy, Control C, and then I want to go to Edpuzzle. Now here we've got members, which shows all of my students. We have assignments. These are the assignments that I've given them most recently. And we have gradebook, okay? I don't really use that, but that's there if you need to use it. So what I want to do here is I want to create a new assignment. So in order to do that, I need to come over to my content. Okay, and here you can see all of the videos that I've created for my students this year. And I can click on them and resend them for the next year if I want to reuse them, which is great, or if I need to make changes, I can just remake the video. The only thing is that once you make the video and you save it, you finish the video, you cannot edit it again. You would have to do it over again. Now, if you're working on the video and you save it, then you can come back and still work on it. So what we want to do is we want to create a new video. So here I want to go to YouTube because that's where I'm pulling my video from. The neat thing about Edpuzzle is if you're not using one of your own videos, if you find another video from YouTube or Khan Academy, National Geographic, anything, you can kind of look at the list over here of different sources that you can use. You can pull their videos and you can add commentary and questions to it yourself, which is a really neat tool to have. So what I want to do here is I want to pull up my video. So I'm going to Control B, enter, and here's my video. So what you have the option to do is you can crop the video, make it a certain length if you don't want to show them the whole video. You're able to cut parts of it that you don't want. You're also able to do an audio track over it. If you're wanting to talk the whole time and give them an explanation of what's happening in the video, you can do that. You can also do audio notes. These are just audio notes that pop up randomly during the video for kids to listen to, or you can do quizzes, which is what I do a lot of. So I'm going to press quizzes because what it's going to do is it's going to have the video ready to go. And once I press play, it's going to play. And when I want the question to pop up, I'm going to press on the question icon for me to pop up a question for them to ask. So if we go ahead and play it. Okay. I'm going to move the question button, if you will, okay, over to right about here. That you should answer. These questions we'll move. We'll also pay attention. Get through my instructions here. Sometimes kids need more instructions than you think. Llegó cuando Ángel se burló a Carolina con. Okay, so let's say I want to pop up a question here, and I wanted to ask them, what does juguete mean? Okay, in English, then I could add a question. If it's just an open-ended question where they type in their answer, you can do that. You can also do the option where you ask them a question and they have multiple choices to pick, which is what I do quite a bit. Or you can put just a comment here. If you're not wanting to ask them a comment, you just want to, or ask them a question, you just want to put comments in it, you can do that as well. So here, okay, I will put, I'm not doing any accents if there are any Spanish speakers in here, just to do this quickly. ¿Qué significa un juguete? Okay, and then here I'll put several different options, a game, toy, and maybe one more, a joke. Okay, the correct answer is a toy. So I want to make sure that I click on the correct answer and that I unclick the one that it had before. Otherwise, it will mess the grading up for sure. So make sure you click on that. And then once you have that clicked, you can press save. So now it comes up, you can check your question, make sure everything's right, make sure that you have the correct one selected. And then you want to press continue. As soon as you press continue, the video is going to keep playing and it's going to be ready for you to ask your next question. Y el director le dijo, eso no es un juguete. Dámelo ahora mismo. Okay, and I can click on it again and add another question as well. Okay, so let's say we've added all of our questions. I've got, green squares all the way throughout the video. Now what I want to do is I want to finish it. Now, like I was talking about previously, if you're wanting to save your video to come back and edit it later, you can do that. You can save this and then come back. But once you finish it, it's done. Okay, so now we want to finish it. Now it brings up my Google Classrooms. So the next thing I want to do is to assign it to the classes. So I want to click my classes. What is this? Here, okay. Let me just click one. Usually I would click all of them, okay. And then I will make sure that I prevent skipping. That's a nice thing to do. You're kind of in control of what your students can and cannot do. They are not allowed to skip any part of the video. They have to watch it. And then I can select a due date. Okay, so we'll make it tomorrow. Now I will press assign. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to bring it up here in my menu of assignments. Okay, but it has not posted to Google Classroom yet. So once again, my due date is here. I'm good with that. Now I want to post it to Google Classroom. So I'll press post. It will bring up Google Classroom. It says classes not found. I am doing this on a different computer, but this is where I would go. I would select my class. Just like you make an assignment in Google Classroom, you will click assignment and then you will assign it to the class and it will automatically put your video in Google Classroom for them. Once it does that and they can click on the link through their Google assignment, they will be connected to Edpuzzle. It will ask them to sign in with their Google email. So make sure that they log in with their Google Gmail that they have through Google Classroom. That's very important. Otherwise, it tells them they need a code, and they shouldn't need a code. They should be able to do it just from the link that you put in Google Classroom for them. Once you do that, you're going to be able to look at the progress. So here's a previous one. Okay, this shows me how many haven't watched the video and how many have watched the video. It tells me when they last watched it. It tells me their grade, and it tells me if it was turned in on time. Now, I can click on one of them. I can see if this person watched it once, twice, 3 times, or more. Okay, I can see how many they got wrong. I can go through here and I can look at their answers and see what was right and what was wrong. The one thing is that if you do choose the option to give them just an open-ended question where they write something back, those aren't graded because they're not multiple choice. So you have to come in here and you have to grade them yourself and click, is it right or is it wrong? And then it will total their grade up at the top here. And then you can click to the next student. So from here, you can enter your grades in gradebook if that's what you wish to do. So now I will go back. And like I said, once you post it to Google Classroom, it will assign it to their classroom just as you would assign anything to Google Classroom step by step. If you already know how to do that, then that should be very simple. So I hope this is a very helpful tool for you, and that's how you use Edpuzzle.